Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today I am wrapping up all of the books I read in the month of November. So let's just jump right in. I'm not feeling like recording today. Sinus infection, long day. I'm just going to do this as quick as I can. So let's jump right in with stats. I read 9 books in the month of November. I started out the month in a huge reading slump, so I'm proud that I actually got 9 done. That adds up to 2,484 pages. Out of those 9, 4 were contemporary, 1 was fantasy, 2 were manga, 1 was a nonfiction, and 1 was a thriller. For the audience that these books were geared toward, 6 of them were strictly adult, 2 of them were young adult, and 1 was middle grade. The format that I consumed these books in included 4 physical books, 2 audiobooks, and 3 were a combination of physical and audio. Finally, my average rating was a 3.88888888, repeating. So, an okay month, better than last month. My average rating last month was a 3.5, so 3.88888, I'll take it. I wish it could be 4, but that's okay. A slump month can do that, I guess. So we're just going to jump right in. We're going to start with the 2 manga I read. We're starting off with 3 stars. So this is Spy Family Volume 2 by Tatsuya Endo. I'm not going to talk too much about this one because I don't want to give away the story of Spy Family, but the gist of this is there is a spy who is given a task, and in order to do that, he has to create a fake family. And so he finds a daughter to adopt, he finds a wife to marry fakely, and it turns out that the wife is an assassin and the daughter is a telepath. So, and none of them all know that about each other. So this is just their story and him trying to complete the mission. There you go, mission instead of task. So that one is a 3-star. Then I read the 2nd volume in The Promised Neverland by Kaiju Shirai. This, again, was also a 3-star. The reason being, the first 3 quarters of the book, I couldn't follow what was going on. I was confused. I didn't know what the author was trying to convey. And there was just like, it was confusing. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. The gist of this one, also because it's volume 2, don't want to give it away, the gist of it is these children are stuck in an orphanage with this mother figure, and they love their brothers and sisters. They love their mother figure. But once they are out of the orphanage, they never hear from any of those kids ever again. Turns out it's a big, scary world out there. Something's dangerous out there, and the kids inside are trying to escape. Anyway, I was so close to wanting to DNF this series, but I decided to keep it going just because I want to know how the kids escape, if they escape, what happens when they're on the outside, etc. There's that. My nonfiction of the month was Untamed by Glennon Doyle. This is all about Glennon's life after she falls in love with a woman, and she's been married to a man for the last however many years and has 3 children with that man. So it is about her reawakening to who she truly is and encouraging women especially to be who they are no matter what. No apologies. And it was good. It felt like she was kind of hitting us over the head with general feminist stuff. But I did like hearing her story about how she found love with someone new, and also the bits she had about depression and anxiety, because I struggle with both of those mental illnesses, and she has 5 tips for how to, 5 pro tips for those who live too high, being anxiety, and too low, being depressed. So the first is take your damn meds. The second is keep taking your damn meds. Third is take notes. 4th is know your buttons. And 5 is remember that we are the best people. So those who struggle with depression and anxiety are the best people. Cheers, if you're one of those We're the best. Okay, moving on to a 3.5 star. We've got not this one. It's an audiobook, so I don't have the actual copy. That was French Braid by Ann Tyler. This one fit into the Ann Tyler cookie cutter story that I've read before, her multi-generational family sagas. It reminded me a lot of A Spool of Blue Thread that I read halfway through the year. This is about a family and the matriarch of the family, the mother, Mercy, not wanting to be a part of her marriage anymore and kind of just deciding to live for herself, follow her passions in art, and just kind of leaving her husband. And then we get the ripples of that in the rest of her family. It was nothing to write home about, but also enjoyable to read. So that's why I gave it 3.5 stars. I won't be chomping at the bit to pick up any more Ann Tyler, though, unfortunately, because that's the third time I read this author, and none of them have been standout, wonderful reads. Now we'll jump to this book. We're into a 4-star. This is Fly Away by Kristen Hanna. This is the second book in Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, that duology. So we follow the after effects of what happens in Firefly Lane, and so I don't want to give that away, but Firefly Lane is about two best friends, Kate and Tully, and how they grew up together and then their adult lives still being best friends and trying to manage getting ahead in work and family life while still maintaining their friendship. So then this is the aftermath of what happens at the end of Firefly Lane. I'm not going to give it away, but this one made me cry a lot. And I know a lot of people didn't like Fly Away, just because it wasn't as good as the first, but I actually enjoyed it more just because it made me more sad. Is that weird? I've just been wanting to read books that make me sad recently for some reason. What's up with that? I don't know. But this one made me sad, so I liked it. Okay, then another 4-star, another second book was Amari and the Great Game by B.B. Alston. Again, the second in the Special Investigations series. I don't know. The first is Amari and the Night Brothers. I read that middle grade earlier this year, and this came out at the end of October, I believe, and so finally picked it up to read it in November, and it was good. It was enjoyable. There was this fun game aspect that kept us going, but it just wasn't like top tier 5-star. I enjoyed it, and it left us on a cliffhanger, so there's going to be a next book, which I'm looking forward to and planning on reading. Now we're moving to a 4.5-star, My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyin Khan Braithwaite. This is a short little book. I actually just listened to it, but had to pick up the book because I wanted to look at some of the characters' names and how it was written, so I picked it up at the library. But this was a really good short book about the main character's sister being a serial killer. Odd, but very, very good. I really liked it. I'm not gonna say anything more about it because I think you should pick it up. Read it. Interesting. I think this has a killer first line too. Killer. See what I did there? Yeah, the first chapter is called Words, and it says, Iola summons me with these words, Corriday, I killed him. I had hoped I would never hear those words again. So she kind of has to help her sister clean up after these murders that her sister commits. It's good, it's interesting, it's wacky, but ultimately it is about two sisters who love each other and take care of each other no matter what. Then we've got 2 5-star reads out of the 9, pretty good. This first one is a reread, and Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer by Frederick Bachman. I got that title on the first time. I didn't have to do it 2 or 3 times. I did it on the first. Be proud. Okay, I'm proud of myself. Anyway, this is a short little novella about a grandpa who is losing his memory due to Alzheimer's, I believe, and he's teaching his grandson about how his brain is working now that he is losing his memories due to this disease. It's very, very sweet. Makes me cry. Makes me love Frederick Bachman's writing, and I want to read it all the time now. I'm currently reading The Winners by Frederick Bachman, so one of my favorite authors, and so this was really sweet, really cute. I picked it up mostly because it has ing in the title for the buzzword from Books and Lala. So needed a quick book to fit that in at the end of the month. And then what I think is my favorite book of the month is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This one follows two characters, Sam and Sadie. Their relationship starts out in a hospital game room on a children's floor, and Sam and Sadie are playing a video game together, and their relationship flourishes through these video games. It helps them connect, and they have a falling out, but they reconnect later on in life and build a video game together. I am not a gamer. I don't play any video games except for Tetris and Mario Kart. But the way they describe creating this game, it makes me have an appreciation for the storylines of video games and how there can be beauty in that. And it's an amazing creative occupation for video game creators. Anyway, I can't express myself, but there are some scary things that happen in this one that I didn't realize. Not scary, but like, whoa, can't believe that happened in this book. And it keeps you on your toes, but slowly. And the main thing is that these two characters, Sam and Sadie, always reconnect somehow because of a video game. So really good. I definitely recommend that you pick this one up if you haven't yet already. So these are the books. I don't know. These are the 8, but then the 9th one is the audiobook that I read this month. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of them and what you thought of them. Did you agree with me? Disagree with me? I'd love to have some bookish conversation with you down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Like this video on your way out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more bookish and bullet journaling content from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.